Hello and welcome to this quick look at sharing in ratio. Okay, so you might be asked a number of different types of questions about sharing in ratio in your exams. The first one is one that looks like this. We need to share £360 in the ratio of 4 to 5. Now the thing to note about ratio is that ratio compares parts to parts. So we need to say, well, how many parts does this ratio have in total? I like to use diagrams to help me with this. I can clearly see, counting the circles, that if I add those two together, I have got 4, add 5 for 9 parts in total. Now ratio is all about being fair and sharing everything out equally, so each of these parts must be worth the same thing, no matter which side of the ratio that it's on. So I'm going to take my 360 and divide it by those 9 parts. Now 9 goes into 36 4 times, pop the 0 up there, so each of these parts is going to be worth 40. I could fill out all of the circles, but I'm not going to. They are all worth 40 each. So on this side I've got 4 times 40, which is going to give me £160, and this part of the ratio is 5 times 40, which is going to give me £200, and there you go, I've shared my 360 in the ratio of 4 to 5. You might also be asked a question similar to this. I've got Pam and Paul share some money in the ratio of 5 to 8. Pam's share is £30, and how much does Paul receive? And that's really important to note in questions of ratio, that whatever the order the question states something in is the order in the ratio. So because Pam is first in the question, this part of the ratio is talking about Pam, and because Paul is second, this part is related to Paul. Popping up my ratio again and my circles. Now I know that Pam's share this time, all of Pam's share, is worth £30. Pam has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles, so I have to share my £30 out evenly between them. 30 divided by 5 is 6, so each part is worth 6. Now because ratio is always equal, that means that each part that Paul has is also worth 6. And Paul has 8 of them, so just a quick calculation of 8 times 6, Paul's part is worth £48. Lastly, you might be given a question that looks a little something like this. Jane and Jamie share some money in the ratio of 6 to 4. Well, we know that this part must be talking about Jane because Jane is first in the question, and this part must be talking about Jamie because Jamie is second in the question. I'm going to put my ratios up, and you might notice that I've coloured the circles in this time. This is because Jane receives £12 more than Jamie, and then we're asked how much money did they share between them. Now we can see I've got 4 red circles over here for Jamie's 4 red circles, and Jane has 2 extra circles. That must mean that her 2 extra circles are worth the £12 extra that she has been given. Doing a very quick calculation, 12 divided by those 2 extra circles, again each of our circles is worth 6. Now I could do 6 times 6 for 36 and 4 times 6 for 24 and add the 2 together, but because I want to know how much money in total, I could just say, well, there are 10 parts in total and each are worth 6, so 10 times 6, which is a nice calculation, for £60, which is the total that they shared between them.